Shaved like 30 pounds off of him immediately when he put the tux on. So what's the largest size and what's the smallest size?
Well, we stock over 10,000 tuxedos in this building. We start at a size 3, which is for a 3-year-old, and our biggest tuxedo is a 70 long, which would be a giant.
A 70 long. Do you have calls for that, like out of town? Because I just don't think we have that many large guys here.
Oh yes, you'll be surprised how many of the times we've rented the 70 long tuxedo.
Oh my goodness! So this is almost time for prom. Who chooses the colors? I mean, I always thought it was just black and white, maybe a red cummerbund or black tie, but you have some amazing colors in here.
Well, if it's for a wedding, the bride 90% of the time picks
I mean, for
out
you
the
to stock
colors.
it here, because you still have just such a huge array of colors.
How do we pick those colors?
Yeah.
Well, we keep in touch with the bridal salons to find out what are the hot colors for the coming season, and we try to buy the colors we think are going to be hot. About 4 years ago, we ran out of pink vests, thinking that not that many boys would wear a pink vest, and we were wrong. They rented a ton of them, so it's kind of a guessing game. You have to make your best choice of what
And just keep looking
colors.
at what's fashionable and what's trendy and what's happening. Because I want to show some of these colors. We'll put some on the table because we do have a model that we'll show after our conversation. So you like the more conservative look, or would you do the pink too?
Well, I'm an older guy. I'm 59 years old, so I go a little more conservative. But our customer base is really 15-year-olds to 30-year-olds. That's 90% of our business, and they like the bright colors and the more stylish tuxedos.
Do you ever think, I don't know what it's called, but that powdered blue tuxedo, it was maybe in the 70s or 80s that the guys were wearing. Do you see that ever coming back?
Well, we have a powder blue tuxedo, and we do rent some of them for proms, but it's really more of a prom look, and it's not a very hot look.
It wasn't hot then, and I just can't imagine it being hot today. But some people can pull that off.
They do.
Because, the seersucker came back, right? And I didn't.
Well, not in tuxedos.
Not in tuxedos, just a suit.
Seersuckers in
Okay,
tuxedos.
so I didn't think that suit would come back, but it looks good. We actually did a show with that too. Okay. What has been your most unusual request? Have you had anything that was unusual? Maybe they wanted colors that you're like, okay, there's too many colors.
We did have one about 3 years ago, and this was not from one of our stores, one of our wholesale accounts, and they had ordered a blue coat, light blue coat with, it seems like they were with gray pants. You picked out a different color vest and a different color tie. And after we got all these colors, we called them back and said, "Are you sure you want all of these?" And the lady that had rented it from us for her customer said, "Yeah, he was mad at his date, and this is how he was going to fix it."
Oh my
So we
goodness!
said, "Are you positive this is what you want?" Now, as it turned out, we shipped that to him, and then we had to reship it because when the date really saw what he was wearing, she wasn't very happy.
Right, I would have never. He wouldn't have gotten over with that one
But
because I
most
wouldn't
of
go
the-
out with you dressed like that. So that would
most
be a
of
good
the
joke,
time-
April Fool's Day joke.
But
Yeah.
most of the time, the young men pick out a nice tuxedo,
Pick out a nice-
and they'll pick out a vest that looks good with the girl's dress.
All right. So how many kinds of shirts do you have? Because I know when I first started coming here, when the boys are going to proms, and and let me say this, you have the best salespeople that work here. It's
Okay.
like a big family. I don't know if they're all related to you, but they always treat me like royalty. That's why I love coming here. Won't go anywhere else. But how many kinds of shirts are there?
I think we have about a dozen different shirts.
Oh,
We stock
my goodness.
black shirts. We have striped shirts. We have a shirt like I've got on that's an ivory color. We've got them in white. We've got them with pleats like the one behind you. We have them without pleats. We have them with a collar like this, which they call a lay-down collar. We also have a collar like that, which is what they call a wing collar.
See, I love that look. I don't think it's really a tuxedo look unless it has
Unless they have
the
the
bow
wing
tie and the wing collar. But of course, my sons, they want to do something totally different.
Well, you mentioned bow tie. It's very hard for us to rent bow ties now. I would say 90% of our tuxedos go out with a long tie like this as opposed to a bow tie.
Wow.
We still stock bow ties, and we have plenty of them, but they're just not in style right now.
Oh my goodness. What about cummerbunds? And I don't know if I'm saying that right. Is it cummerbund
Well-
versus a vest?
It is cummerbund, and about 95% of our suits now have a vest with them as opposed to a cummerbund. And I think the reason for that is a lot of times when they get to the event, they'll take off their coat, and it just looks so much nicer with a vest on as opposed to a cummerbund.
It does. It does. Wow, this has been great, and I just love when you do the fashion shows and you allow people, to use those tuxedos and see all the colors. And how do you, and this question too, and this is just basically for me, how do you know the difference between a suit And a tuxedo.
Okay. Tuxedos will have satin somewhere on the coat.
Okay.
If you notice, this coat has a satin lapel.
Okay.
I have some that'll have a top collar in satin. But a tuxedo will have some type of satin on it.
Okay.
Also, the leg on the pants will have satin down the side of the leg of the pants. And that's the biggest way you can tell a tuxedo.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much. This has been so enlightening, and I love coming in here in this place because I wish we could dress like this every day. This is my favorite kind of fashion is gowns and tuxedos, but of course we can't. But if I could, I definitely would.
Well, it's funny you say that. My wife says that men look better in a tuxedo.
I
That's
think
what
so
she's
too.
always said.
I've never seen a guy look bad or ugly in a tuxedo. They just bring something out. So I encourage you, if you don't even have a wedding or Valentine's Day or reception or prom coming up, hey guys, why don't you just come in here and just surprise your date, your significant other, and come in here and pick up a tux and wear it to your next outing, your church, or even on a special night out with your significant other. I encourage you to do that because you know what? Nobody ever looks bad in a tuxedo.
Thank you.
So we're going to have a model come out, and I'll be calling you again for some more tux in the future.
I'd be glad to do it.
Thanks so much. This is Guys of Guys Tuxedo.
Thank you.
Hi everybody. Thank you so much for watching this wedding show, and as you can tell, a lot of hard work went into doing this show, and this is one that I wanted to do myself because it was very near and dear to me. My father, who walked my sister-in-law down the aisle when they first got married years ago, he gave her away, so we wanted to dedicate this show in memory of my darling father, Dave Shorter Jr. Thanks, Dad. And I have a new sense of appreciation for wedding coordinators now because this is a lot of work. It is a lot of work, and they are worth every penny that you pay them to coordinate a wedding because, like I said, it's a lot of work, but it was worth it. I was so pleased with the results, and everything was just beautiful, better than I expected. As you know, we did a wedding show in the fall. We will do another wedding show this fall, so stay tuned for that. And if you want to have your wedding filmed on the show, email us at Loretta@LorettaMcNary.com, and perhaps we can make your dream come true too. In closing, man, this was so great, and I can't wait to see your reactions and your response to the show. But it's been my pleasure to bring the Valentine's Day Wedding Show 2009 to you from the beautiful Ridgeway Assembly Church. The reception was held here at the Mona Lisa event. And it was incredible. It was so incredible. We're not going to show you that because we were like getting our party on. It was crazy. You had to be here. And just want to thank Guys Tuxedo, David's Bridal in South Haven, Amanda and Debbie were incredible. So just thank everybody who was a part of this wedding. Dr. Sidney P. Malone, thank him so much for officiating. Who else do I want to thank? It's like I feel like I'm at the Academy Awards. But you'll see it in the credits, so just stay tuned, and I will see you the next time. Bye-bye.